take a look at behind the inner workings of how this goes, ask them some questions overall, and just have a good time enjoying some beer. And I wish them the best success. But for anyone watching out there, definitely come out and check out the Beer Wall. It's an awesome place. Can you start by telling me a little bit then about yourself?
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, I was originally from, I was born in North New Jersey. So, originally from New Jersey, moved out to Reading, PA when I was about 8 years old. I've been raised in Reading ever since. I don't know if we're looking at the camera or not over here, maybe.
I mean, you can always throw it.
So, I was born in Newark, I moved to Reading. I was raised here when I was 9. I have some little kids over there making me laugh. So moved here when I was 8 or 9. I've been here ever since. Grew up in Reading, man. I went to 13th and Union. From there, I went to Northeast Middle School. From Northeast Middle School, I went to Reading High School, and then I actually just recently finished my studies at Albright College. So that's pretty neat. I did the whole only street in the country where you can go from elementary school to college on the same street. So even though I started in New Jersey, I got a couple years of elementary in the 13th Union, and then finished up with my business degree at Albright College, which was great. They've been super supportive of everything, and life brought me here, opening a restaurant. And we've been open for a couple months now, man, and it's been amazing. I never thought I'd be the owner of a restaurant, But,
so it wasn't a dream of yours growing up?
Indirectly, I remember, it's funny because people ask me that, and I remember when I first turned 21, so I grew up on the northeast side of Reading, so the Pike Cafe is like my home bar. That's where I grew up, 10 cent late 90s and early.
I remember when wings were cheap.
I remember when the wings were 10 cents and then they went up to 15 cents and now I don't know what they're at now, but they kept going up. Yeah, I know, crazy. So, but it's funny because I can vividly remember one day sitting at the Pike and thinking to myself, man, it would be awesome to own a home bar one day. And it was just something I thought about, and I remember where I was sitting at. I just remember vividly where what I was drinking. I was having a lager, and I'm like, man, I would do this, that. I would just love to have games and all. And that was when I was 21. So fast forward, I just turned 30 in July. So it was almost like I planted that seed indirectly, back then, And I thought it'd be cool to own a bar, but it was really the self-pour technology. When I discovered self-pour, I was like, this is the future. This is a game changer now. And from there on, man, I was just determined to make it happen. So
it's cool to actually see you have a restaurant. I feel like at every point there's been that time where people get drunk and they're with their friends we should start a bar.
I should put a bar,
it's drunken ideas. It never happens.
Yeah.
But you actually did it.
Dude, we did it. It still feels pretty surreal. And like I said, we've been open 3 months now, and I probably think about it every minute of every day. It's just
that's it, 3 months?
Dude, we opened April 19th. It was our first official day to the public.
Okay.
So April, May, June, July. Oh no, we're on 4 months. Yeah. Wow, 4 months.
You're selling yourself.
Yeah. Man.
I must have came here right when you first started that because I didn't realize it was. It's only been 4 months.
Yeah, man, 4 months, and it's been great. Business has been really well. The community has been super receptive to it. They're extremely supportive, and everyone's helping us with word of mouth and recommending us to friends and family and coworkers. So it's been a wild ride, man.
I think it helps that you're on Penn because this is the best street in my opinion.
Oh yeah, dude.
There is so much for beer lovers right here.
Yeah, for sure. And then on top of that, to answer your question of a little bit about myself now. So that indirectly, I worked at Penn for 7 years, so I had a background in corporate sales, and then opening the actual Beer Bourbon and Penn restaurant led to a job with Pour My Beer. Plug them in there, pour my, so Pour My Beer, they're the actual, they sell the technology, the self-pour technology.
Okay.
So that's their proprietary technology. We just obviously bought it off of them and, created a restaurant around that concept. So, I met the CEO, Josh Goodman, ended up being a great dude. Flew out to Chicago, got to meet him and some of the team members, and I'm like, man, I have a background in sales, I have a restaurant built around the concept already. I'm like, so I took a sales director position with them, and now I pretty much I get to sell the technology and use my restaurant as a billboard for the technology. So pretty
If they
crazy.
ever want to come and see a proof of concept, right here it is.
Oh, dude, man, it's like I almost don't even feel like I'm really working or I'm really selling anything because I'm just like sharing my story with people, and it's just like, hey, man, like I'm not just like trying to sell you something. I mean, I am, but I'm also like, hey, look, I did it. Like, here's the proof. Oh, this is what we're doing, and customers love it, and I invested in it, so it's great. Life's been nice.
Yeah, it's super easy, and it's such an awesome concept that I was surprised didn't take on.
Yeah. Some of the history was there was like places that did like table towers and things like that you could like tap beer at the table. But no, the CEO, man, his story, a little quick background of how we got to self-pour now. He actually started off selling like other self-pour technology, and then realized like the self-pour technology that was on the market was pretty much crap. So he took it upon himself and met some engineers in Austria that made this like purpose-built like hardware and software system for him. And that was around 2014 that'll happen. And it took off ever since. He branded it Pour My Beer, and I mean, people like myself that were looking for something cool and to create a concept around. They have Pour My Beer and the whole self-serve concept to turn to, and it's awesome. It's been great, yeah.
You need something to stand out.
Yeah, you have to be different.
Everything is so similar now, so what are you going to do to be a little bit different? So
exactly. Awesome. During my last year of studies at Albright, so studying business, you have to create a business plan from scratch, and that's like pretty much like your final, like your senior project, if you will. And so one night it was like talking to some colleagues of mine, and the one friend of mine, Karen, was like, hey, my son just came back from, I think it was California or Seattle, and she's just like, he went to this place that had this like self-serve beer wall. You walked in and you got like a wristband or a card, and you were able to walk up to this beer wall and tap your own beer and taste test different ones. And I was just like, before that, I already loved craft beer. I mean, I got into craft beer, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, right? Like that's when I kind of not post-college, but you have a little bit extra disposable income. Once you're in your mid-20s, you can drink a little, you can lay off the Coors Lights and Natty Lights and stuff. So no, I got into craft beer, I don't know, 5-6 years back, maybe a little longer. So I love craft beer, and I'm like, this is meant for craft beer because there's so many different styles, and just going to a place going to a tap room, you don't want to bother the bartender. Yeah, you can get flights, but it's different if you go to a place that has 30-40 taps. Eventually you're gonna end up paying for flights and stuff. Where I realized when she told me that, it was like the light bulb went off, and I'm like, this is it. I went on my laptop, did research, and I'm like, wow, there's no self-pour tap rooms like in PA. Like there was none. And I went on their website. I went on all the websites of different providers and vendors, and I'm like, this hasn't been done. My buddies live in California. They're like, dude, there's like 6 or 7 out here. They're packed every weekend. Like it's like people like it. So I mean, that was sort of like the driving force behind creating the whole Beer Bourbon and restaurant, of course. So shout out to Karen Shucker because she told me about the idea with her son. And I kind of just took it and executed it and opened the first one up here in Pennsylvania. So pretty crazy.
I'll have to say, Karen, thank you. That's awesome. Question that's not on our sheet, but do you remember what your first ever craft beer was?
Oh my gosh.
I always remember mine.
It would have to be, wow. I mean, one that I really, really liked that I probably still drink to this day. It's probably a generic one, but it was Bell's, probably Bell's 200.
Bell's 200
Ale. Yeah, I was at the Pike probably 6 years back. And Matty Larish is my boy at the Pike. He's been over there for many years, and I was always drinking like Coors Light and lager and stuff, and then
started with one hell of an IPA.
Yeah, I started with Bell's 200 Ale. I'll never forget it because I always drank it when I would go. I would try some of the other ones they have on the board, and I'm like, give me a Bell's. And then eventually I started like discovering like Trogues and some other like local places, and then I visited Trogues Brewery.
It's amazing.
Yeah, which is awesome. But it's funny, I've actually never had that question asked before, but I have to say Bell's. Like, I bought cases of it and stuff, so yeah.
That's good stuff.
What was yours?
My first ever was Yingling.
Was it?
Craft lager.
Yeah.
It's technically considered craft now, but I don't know. Yeah,
I guess it's one of those. Sam Adams. Sam Adams is considered. When you look at like top grossing craft brewing companies, Sam Adams is considered a craft.
Yeah, they're craft, and it's really weird. Pennsylvania is one of the biggest producers because of Sam Adams. They actually produce some of their beer here in Pennsylvania. So that's how we're so high. Yep.
No, that's actually true. Like, so a little part of the statistics of my research for the business plan was that Pennsylvania is number 2 in California, and like in craft beer, like barrels produced per year, and I'm like, that's surprising.
We got Tro's, we've got Yingling, we've got Sam Adams. There's a ton of
that's true.
big places out there. Victory, another big one. So Pennsylvania's an awesome place for craft beer.
Oh yeah.
I mean Philadelphia. There's so much beer. I grew up in like the perfect states.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one of my favorites is Tired Hands, which we carry here.
Oh yeah,
Tired Hand, and of course, big shout out to my partner Josh Trevor, because he has a good relationship with one of the I don't know if it's a brewmaster or like their distro of sales.
Okay.
So Tired Hands, I mean, not anyone carries Tired Hands. Like if you're carrying Tired Hands, it's because either they really like you or you have a personal relationship with someone on the team. So it's very limited of who all carries it. So we're like one of the few that carry Tired Hands. So they're like one of my favorites. They're like right outside of Philadelphia.
Yeah, I went there recently. They're really good.
Yeah, I like Funk too.
Funk makes some good stuff.
Funk created, I don't know if you've had it yet. Again, with my buddy Josh, you know, his name's Scott. He might be Scott Funk. They created our own house IPA.
Did they?
Yeah, it's called Funk on the Wall. We had a ton of it. I think we're out of it now because it was flying off the beer wall. But no, it was cool because going into this before it was even Funk, right? Brewing company there in Emmaus. We always thought it would be cool to have this concept, but if we could get a brewery to create our own recipe, it'd be sick. So it was called Funk on the Wall, and it was like this, funky, banky IPA, citrusy. It was good. And Josh, he had his, he was there the day they created it. I had to work that day so I could make it, but they created Funk on the Wall, man, and it's been good. So I like Funk. Funk's good too. So I think right now we have good citrus.
So is it an East meets West Coast, which you said like citrus and fancy, or is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's also easy drinking. I think it's only 7%. So it's a good. It has a good percentage, but it's not like I don't know. There's some IPAs that you can't drink too many of. That one, man, I could just knock it back. Yeah, it's good stuff.
There are some though that don't drink like their percentage. Right. They're dangerous.
Yeah, for sure.
I had one recently over at Barbie Mo that I found out was like 11%. I'm like, oh yeah.
You got to watch.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah,
you drank like a 4.
You end up Ubering home.
It was very bad.
We have 38 taps, so it's actually 2 floors here. So we have 28 taps downstairs, and then we have 10 taps upstairs, of course. And so they're all premium screens. So for my beer, we have it'll be 14. So we have 14 screens downstairs with 2 lines per screen, and then 5 upstairs with 2 lines per screen. That's how we get to 38. And yeah, we get beer deliveries a few times a week. It's usually Tuesdays, maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays. So my partner Josh and Trevor, he's like the craft beer guy, so I let him have the brain with ordering the beers, and he's the one that keeps the tap list fresh. But I mean, yeah, people like it because every time you come, you're always gonna find a handful of beers that we just had that we might not have had the weekend before. So we're getting deliveries multiple times a week. That's how we constantly keep the tap list fresh. So
are you looking to add more taps upstairs then to make it more even, or is it
logistically speaking, it's what we were able. That's what all we could pull off upstairs, and we wanted to keep space for customers, and we didn't want to have it too congested up there. But there's always creative juices flowing and hoping that things can open up close by that maybe expand this left or right. But we'll see. Right now we're just enjoying what we have and kind of just trying to take it step by step and then see where this one goes. Completely blown away at how receptive they've been. I mean, like I said, just different parts, like other restaurants and other breweries, and just like everyone from like just corporate jobs, Penske and UGI, and everyone just sharing things on Facebook, and like I said earlier, just putting a word in with friends and family, and even when they're here, it's one of my favorite parts of when I'm actually here on the weekends or helping out when it's busy. I just love seeing the customers' reaction to it because I know like we're providing something different. Like you can't go anywhere on Penn Ave or anywhere and on Eastern PA, because I think there's one in Pittsburgh that just opened now. So now I just claim Eastern PA, but you can't go anywhere in the state, man. Like Beer Bourbon and Penn is the only place you can go to get this experience unless you're driving, like I said, West PA or something like that. So I just love that reaction because like people, like the way I feel about it to this day, I'm still a kid. I come in here when I'm not working with my wife and my friends, and I'm stoked that I can like try different beers and show them how the system works. So just hearing the customer's reaction, like up front, up close and personal, and just seeing how excited they are. And then just sharing my story with them, and when they hear like how much, I always tell people like, so one of the biggest compliments that I get about this place is like the sub-pour is cool, right? Food's amazing, but everyone says like the energy, the atmosphere. They're like, man, there's something in this place that's just like everyone's having fun, smiling. Like this place is like different. There's an atmosphere here, and I'm like, it's because it was like, you know, when you cook and you cook with love, and it always tastes a little different. And I always tell my wife or my mom, I'm like, Mom, well, make sure you're cooking with love. And yeah, I mean, this place was literally built off of just pure love and just sweat and tears, and we were just so passionate about the concept and bringing this to West Reading between myself and Chef Ben and Josh Sanchever and all the employees and everyone that came on board to help open it up the first few months. There's been some light turnover, but a majority of our staff is still here that was here from day one. So yeah, I mean, that's been the coolest part, just seeing how happy and appreciative people are of the concept, It's been great.
They say if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life.
Yeah.
So it's very true. You can obviously tell that you're excited for what you are doing. And what
it's awesome, man. Like I said, when I'm here, I don't, I'm the owner, but I don't pay myself anything. I just like being here. I like being here, giving a hand when they're busy, and talking to customers and getting their reaction. I mean, there's nothing like that. That satisfaction you get from talking to customers, and it's great. So hopefully we're here for a long time. My vision is to really focus on this one and make this one, one profitable, but also kind of always keep it hip, keep it fresh, and for example, like with the food menu, right? So we're in the fall we'll be changing our food menu. We'll keep a lot of our staple items like our meatless burger and some of the other burgers and our hot chicken, of course, but things like that. So we'll always keep the menu fresh. We're looking to change the menu probably every season. So we'll switch it for the fall, and then come springtime again, we'll probably add some different things there to roll in the spring and summertime. So things like that, and honestly just like providing good craft beer. I mean, we always one thing that I guess our motto or the pillars that we fall on is always like great beer, great food, and great customer service. And that's, you can execute that in a lot of different ways. Keeping the tappers fresh, keeping the food fresh, and of course, training and making sure that the staff not only is here because they want to be here. That's the thing. I want my employees to be here because they want to be here. It's a fun atmosphere. Every time we're here, I mean, there's a time to work and have fun and joke around, and there's a balance to everything. So I want the employees to have fun when they come to work, but also deliver great customer service, and recommend items and help customers with the beer wall and anything like that. So yeah, good food, good beer, good customer service. I think that's how we're gonna stick around for a while. And then from there, just watch out for new trends and always be sort of ahead of the curve. So whenever kind of behind, and just stay fresh, hip, and keep delivering some kick-ass food and beer.
Hey, it's good that you're a part of Pour My Beer, because as they see your stuff, they kind of can give it right back to you.
It's a game changer.
It's a nice little symbiotic relationship we got.
It is. And it's funny because now that I'm there, so I'm the Northeast Sales Director for Pour My Beer. I mean, I can sort of see who's interested in the market, whether they're near me or different surrounding states. I can get a live feed on who wants to open a restaurant with this concept, right? So I can gauge who my competitors might be.
I was just saying, does that make you a little nervous? You're like,
yeah, a little bit.
I got the technology and I can sell it to you,
but I
also don't want to...
But don't, you gotta be like, 50, 60 miles away from me. Hey, I don't want to create my own competition. But no, it's a fine line, It's I want to drive sales, and not only for myself and financially, but also for the company and help them grow. But at the same time, I want to protect my restaurant and our brand. And make sure that we don't have competitors. But you know what? I think there's always, I can't stop someone from doing it. So at the end of the day, it's just focusing on what we're doing and making sure we're doing it well and executing it well. And if someone local wants to do something similar, then so be it. You can't control it. You can only control what you can control, which is our own establishment, our own brand. And we're the first ones to bring it. So anyone else that does it, they say, what's the saying? Imitation is the best form. Yeah, there it is, the best form of flattery. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. But we have a kick-ass team. I think we're gonna do it.
I was thinking that basically, like, there might be some other people out there, but they're not going to get that same experience, and they might have the same passion.
They don't have the staff. They just like, at the end of the day, like I look at, you know, people think assets are just like, you know, furniture and technology and cash, right? Which you look, but I'm like, assets is humans, like your employees, your staff. Like that's the biggest asset I probably have, to be honest, is probably between my partner Josh and Ben. Those guys help me bring this to life, and Ben kills it in the kitchen, and the rest of the staff back there. So yeah, man, we have a special team here that I think we'll be able to build something special.
When you walk into the Beer Bourbon and Penn, you get a beer card from the bartender or server if you're sitting down to eat. And each beer card is good for 32 ounces of beer at a time. There's a safeguard in place that after 32 ounces, your card gets deactivated and an employee has to reactivate the card for you to continue to taste that beer. So you get your beer card from the bartender or server, you walk over to the beer wall. We have 28 taps downstairs, 10 upstairs, and you know, if you want to learn a little bit more about the beer, you can tap the logo. You got a description of the beer and the taste notes, where it's from, how it's made. And when you're ready to pour, you just grab a beer glass from below the beer wall. You want to give it a quick little rinse. Just get some cleaning chemicals out, wash your ready to pour. Take the card, put it into the RFID reader, it unlocks the tap. Biggest thing to remember is to make sure you tilt the glass at an angle, pull the lever all the way out. Pour what your heart desires, really. And yeah. It's really good.
There were a lot of long nights, there were tears, a lot of just fights, arguments, and there was just a lot of dark times getting it open, but it was always like, you know, we were determined to make it happen regardless of what would happen. So just something not to get into details of what all of the setbacks were, but like, you know, for example, the first couple banks denied me, you know, and I thought I had an amazing concept. I spent literally, you know, months on my business plan. Like I had a business plan done within like the first 4 weeks, just because I was so determined that I was studying business. So I knew, like, I always felt like a good writer, so I knew my writing was pretty good on it. I knew how I had 25 pages worth. Finances are good because I just finished all my financing and accounting classes at Albright. So I knew I had a strong business plan, and when I took it to the banks and I got denied, I'm like, what do you mean I'm getting denied? I came up, I had cash up front, so that was really scary in the beginning, because, you know, we sort of had started some preliminary things here where I was like using some of the capital I raised from investors, and, you know, just I sort of gambling on myself and the idea that I'm going to find financing for this, you know. So, you know, we ended up pretty much raising, I don't know, probably raised 40% of the project cost up front, and then we have a bank loan. The foreign banks, that was the third bank, so they would say third time's the charm. So yeah, the third bank that we approached, and you know, we did the whole underwriting process, and they came back and said we like it, we want to take a chance with you guys. So that was a blessing, you know. So we found a bank loan, and yeah, I mean, that was a huge setback. And then some things that were out of my control, it was the government shutdown, dude.
Yeah, that was.
The government shutdown was what, Christmas, a little after Christmas, right? Yeah, it was like, I think, the month of January. It was what, 4 or 5 weeks. It was closed. So mind you, so I had meetings in early December, where like, yeah, like probably a week before, 2 weeks before Christmas. And, you know, everything was looking good, conversation was good, we liked the business plan. So when we go to the underwriting process, the government shut down. So, like, construction's like, they're working here. I have some money in our bank account from investors, but I'm like, that's only gonna get us to like another few weeks. Like, we need cash, you know? So, no, so that government shutdown was a complete, just, you know, stuck in limbo for literally 4 or 5 weeks. And it was a very, very scary time, because there was we didn't know if that was going to last another 4 or 5 weeks or for another 2 months. Like, no one knew when that government shutdown was going to end. And then we had some hiccups with the liquor license where we thought we were going to lose it. But, you know, it all worked out. You know, we stayed persistent, and, you know, everything worked out, and April 19th came, and The PLCB guy was here doing a walkthrough. It's quiet. We had a bunch of people in the restaurant, and he signed off on the paper he had to sign off on, and the crowd went crazy, and people got their cards and started pouring beer. So that was a cool night. Because that was like finally, it was like I could breathe. It's like it's real. Like the liquor license is ours. People are paying for beer tonight. Like it's like we're here. You know?
Money's finally coming in.
Yeah, dude. So. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Just raising funding and meeting with investors in the beginning. It's a lot, man, and it's one of those things now that I work with for my beer. I love sharing that story because, like, my favorite lead or my favorite person to talk to, like, I have a sales call soon, which is fine. He, someone that's interested in opening a tap room. So it's cool to share that story because, like, I lived it, so now I can kind of walk your hand through it, and I can, give you pointers on how to deal with investors and how to negotiate and how to go to a bank and what a bank's looking for, and SBAs and licenses and permits and crazy. So much that goes into it, dude. Like people think like you just want to open a bar and it's open in 6 months. Now this was literally a year and a half worth of work and thought process to get to the point.
I didn't realize how much the government actually did. Like I didn't realize you had to get beer names approved and all that stuff. There's a lot of breweries around here that, what do? We can't make anything new, so that was a big deal.
Oh yeah, even like just getting the whole, like the beer wall name, getting that incorporated, like my attorney had to check things out and I was in limbo for a little bit, and he's, all right, you guys are good, you can use it. And I'm like, cause I didn't want, I didn't want to open up with a name, and then 12 months later I'm getting papers, delivered, and I'm like, holy shit, like, but yeah, there were some setbacks, man, but.
Did you ever go back to those first 2 banks and you're like, look at me now?
You know what? Actually, true story, you can ask my partner Josh, the head lender, I won't say any names, but the main lender for one of the banks that denied us, he was here. He was here with another VP from a local branch, same bank, different buildings, and they came, and they were here, and I walked downstairs and shook their hand. And the guy was like, you know what, I believed in it, it was just like the powers that be, we couldn't make it happen for you, but, the place is awesome, I knew you'd make it happen, and, he sort of like threw a little, not a jab, but we pretty much said, listen man, like, you think that you guys missed out, it wasn't, that's, all the banks want to extend loans, to a viable plan because they'll make money off the interest over the course of the term, so I think that they missed out, but now it's funny because, like, now, the ball's in our court, so we can leverage it now. So when we go to open another location, and I meet with banks again, I can say, hey guys, like, remember when you didn't want to approve me because you thought the idea might be shaky? Well, here's year 1 sales. This is what we did. We need X amount for location 2, and I'm sure we'll get banks that want to help us out. Now it's going to be like us choosing who we want to hopefully do business with versus like.
Quite the turnaround.
It's crazy, dude. Like the tables turned, man. So
that's gotta feel good.
It does. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good, yeah.
You can touch the shoulder off.
It feels awesome, yeah. Because I said there were some times where I didn't know if it was going to happen, but yeah, it was great. Obviously, we chose the name of Beer Bourbon and Penn. I didn't want to overthink the name. I knew that was going to be the big draw to get people here was the beer wall, the soft pour concept. But yeah, it's not just beer. Like we do have a full bar, so people, anyone that thinks like, oh, it's just like some millennial opening up, finding a way to make money off of like, people, like. So it wasn't that. It was like I wanted to make sure I executed the idea, but keeping the traditional elements of a restaurant. So yeah, it's like we're the beer wall. It's self-service beer, but we have the full food menu, right? Burgers, tacos, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, soups. And then besides that, specials?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like weekly or daily?
Yeah. So we just opened Mondays, so I know we have to update the website, but we were closed Mondays in the beginning, which is by design. In the beginning, we wanted to stay closed Mondays just to have a day to regroup and give our staff and our team a day off. But no, the last 2-3 weeks, we opened up on Mondays, so we do Monday's Burger Night. So we have like a $7 burger special, which if anyone has had the burgers here, they're all handmade. Nothing's frozen. It's a delicious, like gourmet burger. So Monday night's burger night. Tuesday nights we do all you can eat crab legs, which is a really.
I've been seeing you advertise that.
Yeah, I mean I came for the first time recently, and they're damn good. $27, which you can't beat. All you can eat crab legs. You get a side of corn and red potatoes with it. And Thursdays we do like live music, so we'll do you know, someone just kind of stringing some guitars back there, you know, setting off a cool vibe. So Thursdays is our live music night, and then Sundays we do brunch. So we have a killer brunch special, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have a different brunch menu with some like flatbread, egg top, like sort of flatbreads. We do Bloody Marys. We do special Bloody Marys. So they have like bacon and shrimp and crazy things in them. Of course, mimosas, which everyone should have. I like mimosas, yeah. So yeah, Sunday brunch specials, and as of recently, our chef Ben, we let him create things, and usually Fridays and Saturdays they'll be like a chef special. Whether that's like, for example, this past weekend, Friday and Saturday only was poutine fries,
Poutine?
which I've never had.
You've never had poutine?
I was in another world. I was sitting right here actually, this exact table, and Chef Ben made like a homemade like brown gravy sauce that he poured over like our fries with like scallions and cheese curds. Yeah, amazing. Just to add something different to the menu.
And those are good ways to kind of try out things and see what people
Oh
like.
yeah, for sure. Like those poutine fries. It's funny. We talked about it for months because we were going to put it on the menu, but we chose not to. We went with duck fat fries instead. Which duck fat fries are like a fan favorite here. People love duck fat fries. They're really good. But it's cool. We can just implement poutine fries, and, you know, weekends and stuff like that. So we kind of give people a reason to come. Like I said, I let my partner Josh. Josh does the beer orders because he's very skilled, and he has really good connections with breweries. So I let him kind of create like our tap list. But yeah, it's usually, like I said, Tuesdays and Thursdays we get the tap list delivered. And the way we try to I guess have a good diverse selection is we try to always keep like, I don't know, like we'll always keep domestics on, right? So the first couple of taps are always domestics because like not everyone is a craft beer. So you might have a guy that walks in here who, like my dad, he only likes Coors Light. No, like he doesn't drink anything else. I've had guys that walk in here, they like lager. Like they just want England, they don't want anything else. So, you know, we always keep the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 taps are always domestics, like, you know, Miller Lite, Bud Light, Blue Moon, Coors Light, Lager, Sam Adams, Angry Orchard, more recognizable brands like that. And then we'll get into like IPAs and different stouts. But so the way it's built, like with Untapped, so we're integrated with Untapped. So we'll always try to keep like so the IPA list. So we'll see IPAs and we'll see, all right, we have whatever 10 IPAs. Or let's say we'll always want to keep maybe 10 or 12 IPAs because they're pretty trendy right now. People love IPAs,
Especially New England ones.
especially the New England, the juicy, hazy. That's like the craze right now. So if you want to make any money as a bar.
New England, lactose, throw some glitter.
Yeah. So so that's become a thing. So we always keep a bunch of New Englands on, a bunch of IPAs on. We'll always do like fruity. It's like fruity and sour. So like we'll do some fruit beers. You know, people like that, and then, you know, a lot of women like the fruitier thing, which is nice because people come here and, you know, they might come with their boyfriend or husband and maybe they don't like beer, but, you know, I like that when I'm here because, like I say, I guarantee I can find one. I always tell customers there's always at least 1 or 2 in the beer wall that guaranteed to like. So I'll go with like a strawberry, raspberry fruit beer, or my favorite right now that we have is it's a sour peach ale. So it's like a peachy tart kind of ale. That one's really good. So we always try to keep like a fruity and sour on. Well, more than one. Right now we have about 3 sours on. And then we'll try to keep, you know, 2, 3, or 4 stouts on. So we always try to have like a diverse blend between like domestics and then like your IPAs, and then you have your fruits and your sours. And sours right now are big. Like we actually get people that are like, man, you got to eat more sours. And I'm like, sours are becoming like the craze. So.
They are. I've noticed that.
And honestly, I didn't really care for them. I mean, it was because of this concept, because of the beer wall and the whole support. You know, the accessibility of just pouring my own beer and taste testing. I was able to find like a couple of really good sours that I like because I was able to pour 3 ounces, taste it like I would have never got a flight. Like I would have never chosen that as a flight or anything really. So yeah, I mean that's usually how we keep it fresh and hip. And then obviously like come fall and come winter, you know, we'll be less IPA heavy, right? Because IPAs are more of a summer beer, and we'll probably add another 3 or 4 stouts, or we'll add a couple more, you know, dark beers and things like that. Yeah. Some more like some toastier, nuttier kind of beers. Like for me, I love all the pumpkin.
October and all,
Oktoberfest and all that. Like I eat all that up.
I hope you get pumpkin.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, besides obviously what we've already talked about, like I said, man, it's a one of a kind, you know, experience, and it's not. It's more or less like, you know, another thing we always say here, you know, craft beer is more about community than it is about competition. So, you know, I love collaborating with other people and other local businesses. So we're really trying to not only you know, bring something to the people, but also, you know, helping other businesses. And I always feel like, you know, the more the merrier. So when other people open up and you know, people want to come to the area and they're asking for recommendations. Recently we did something with Shaler Brewing, so we carried Shaler for a little while, which is nice. I love what they're doing over there, you know. So like I said, craft beer is about it's about community, it's not about competition. So we're really trying to drive that home and you know, do some fun things. We just did something for pin up for pit bulls, and you know, trying to support good causes at the same time. So yeah, I mean, the place was built off of love. We have a lot of good fun things, a lot of initiatives that we want to, you know, keep capitalizing on, and yeah, just, you know, staying fresh, staying hip, and hopefully people can support that and keep coming out. What is my favorite beer? Jeez, that's so hard. I mean, honestly, like, I'm gonna have to answer that two different ways, because like my favorite beer, like if I'm just going anywhere, like while I love craft beer, and it's been since I was 21, Yingling Lager. Like, I'll keep it simple, dude. I just love it. PA, local, like Yingling Lager. Like, while I love my IPAs and, you know, all that good craft beer stuff. Is Yingling considered craft?
It still is, yeah. It's still craft.
Technically craft? Alright, so it's still craft. But no, my favorite beer is, I mean, I can't, whenever I'm not drinking craft beer, 95% of the time, I'll probably pick up a case of lager for the house. So that's probably my favorite go-to, but you know, getting into some of the cooler, craftier stuff that we have here, Tired Hands, man, Tired Hands is really good. I'm gonna say the brewery because there's so much of theirs that I like. But if I had to pick like one style that we've had that came to the beer wall, Decadent Ales. Decadent Ales is a New York brewing company. They had a coconut almond double IPA, and it honestly didn't last a week. It was gone within four days. It was that good. It was like 8.8%, something like that. It was a stronger beer, but the coconut almond finish on it, it was just phenomenal. Like Decadent Ales, I can't think of the name, but it was a coconut almond IPA. It was probably my favorite that we've had here. So yeah, I probably answered that in a couple of different.
Oh, that's fine. It's so hard with craft beer though to pick one, because you're like,
it is.
A lot of times it's like your favorite beer is the one you're drinking right now.
Yeah.
I've noticed that, because like this one, that is fantastic.
It's good, right? Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. So hopefully you guys at home enjoyed this, and if you are local, definitely make sure you come out to the beer wall. There's so much here to enjoy. We've got beer, we've got full-on spirit list, we've got ever-changing food, and an infectious atmosphere. If you're a gamer, also a cool spot for you to come and look at upstairs. That's incredible. I definitely highly recommend you come out. And after you're done here, there's tons of places on the map. So this is a destination street. So I hope you guys come out and give some support to this awesome local new concept.